So it's Spiritual Sundays again today. So for today's lesson, I'll be talking about spirituality for beginners. Okay? So what are day-to-day practices that you sort of could incorporate into your day-to-day practice, as well as how you could actually incorporate spiritual understanding and spiritual growth, and how you could actually bring it into your day-to-day lives and use it so that you could actually apply your learnings as well. Okay? So before I head into the topic for today, my name is Garret. My mission as a life coach and a law of attraction coach is to help people realize their infinite potential by tapping into spirituality, the law of attraction, and feng shui. So I'm very blessed to be trained under a Himalayan yogi who's taught me the ways of the yogic teachings as well as spirituality, which is the whole umbrella of life. Okay? So before we start off this video, spirituality is basically understanding and the connection with the universe itself. It is to know that we are all connected in oneness. Okay, there's no divide. There should not be any divide between any specific religion, race, or any culture. Okay, so knowing this spirituality is also an understanding that there's so much more to life. There's holistic advancement in life. It's not just about pursuing the physical. It's not pursuing just the desires, the luxuries of life. It is pursuing holistic growth, the mind, body, and spirit alignment. Because know this, we are not just the physical. Okay, there's also a heart center here. There's also a spiritual within the heart center. Okay, there's 3 layers. Okay, or so much more. Once you go delve into spirituality, there's so much more for you to learn. There's so much more to life, you see. So if you're just pursuing desires, luxuries, and all the physical pleasures in life, then you're just staying on just one single plane of life. So it's just gonna get boring, because after a while you're just gonna be week after week after week pursuing the same thing again. So what I'll be sharing in this video is my experience and my journey, as spirituality is different for all. So it may be subjected to different practices. Some people don't practice the way I practice, and they can gain spirituality. So they can gain spiritual strengths and understanding. So it can vary from different people. So different scenarios as well. So know this, that you can actually take my techniques as some of the practice to actually start off your journeys. But if you've already started your journeys and you find that your current practices is good for you, then okay, you can also try to incorporate some of my techniques that you could bring into your practice as well. Plus maybe it can help you to speed up your advancement as well. So yeah, I would, like I say, in no way I'm trying to affect you to follow my practice or my certain set of strategies, but it's always good to learn new things, right? Because we learn from one another. So this is how we also grow spiritually in life. Because if we listen to our egoistic mind, then we will definitely not listen, and we will not grow as much as what we want in our spiritual plane of life. Okay, so I will be talking about first point. So initially, when I started off my spiritual journeys, right, what I started off was from religion. Okay, so I am from a Buddhist background, and my family was a lot more in tune with teachings from the Buddha as well as teachings from the Taoism. So you may not need to go into a religion. So I'm pretty sure a lot of your upbringing can be from a specific religion as well. You do not need to delve into it, because know this, spirituality is an umbrella of all religions. Okay, every religion is all covered under the spiritual umbrella. Okay, so they are all just know this, spirituality, right, is an umbrella that goes down to different religions, and all different religions, right, are just preaching the same thing, which is love, connection, and also compassion, and how you could bring this into your day-to-day lives. Okay, and help touch more lives in the world. You see, more positivity, more change, more light in the world. You see, so just know this, when you're practicing a certain religion, it's also good for you to explore and read up about different religions and how they practice their practice of love, and how it doesn't mean you need to, I'm a Buddhist and I can't go into a Christian church, or I can't go into a Catholic church, or I can't go into a Muslim mosque. So you can always learn, and you can always, I'm pretty sure there's friends, especially back in when I was from Singapore. So back in Singapore, there's different races, different religions. So it's always good for you to always check out with your friends, ask them how they practice their religion, and learn from their learnings, you see. Because know this, every religion is just a single piece of the puzzle to spirituality. Okay? So point number 1, spirituality. Learn from religion. Okay? Second point would be to understand connectivity with nature. Okay, so connection with nature. So it is very important, because a lot of the times we spend on our desks at the workplace, we use the computers, a lot of screen time, a lot of watching of the TV, a lot of using the iPads and all the phones and all. So it's very, very unhealthy. All the screen time is very, very bad for us. So a lot of us may even have static shocks every time we touch metals, or whenever we touch on somebody else. Oh, it's like, it's painful. So all this already shows that there's a lot of electrons going on in the body, and it's definitely not good for the eyes as well. So connection with the universe would sometimes mean go out there to the forest, go out for forest walks, go out for connection with the sea, with the oceans and all. So all these are connectivity with nature. Know this, connectivity with nature also means you can understand a lot about the main 4 elements. Okay, so of course when we talk about elements, right, there's a big understanding of elements itself in the yogic culture as well. But if you are to talk about the 4 main umbrella of elements in spirituality, right, we talk about fire, earth, water and air. These are the 4. But if you're talking about yogic understanding of elements, right, there's another additional of space. Okay, space, which is ether. Okay, so if you were to understand 4 main elements of all this, just 4 would actually help you a lot already. Because know this, these 4 elements, right, is compromises of everything. It also compromises in astrology. It also compromises in your horoscopes and your zodiac signs. So all this, if you were to understand these 4 main elements, right, it can already help you a lot in your understanding of spirituality. And also understand that every element, right, is a part of our organs, a part of us in our body. So if you were to understand that how you can actually there's certain set of mudras that we hold when we do meditations, it also help us to connect with the certain element in life, you see. So take for instance, if you're trying to connect with air and you've got a lot of gas in your stomach, sometimes you don't even need to take ginger, you don't even take, just by holding certain set of mudras like this can actually help you connect with space, which is, or you can also connect with air. So there's a lot of ways and a lot of benefits that could actually help you in terms of spirituality if you understand the 4 main zodiacs and connection with nature. Okay, so always know this, when you're connecting with nature and all its elements, right, it's taking away all the negativities that's within your body. Connection, that's why a lot of people go to nature's walks, right, they feel much more relaxed. You go for holidays in the beach, in the resorts that are connected to the seas and all, you feel so much tranquil and so much relaxed. It cleanses away all your negativity and your stresses in your life, you see. So that is point number 2. So point number 3, meditation and breathwork practices, which I always constantly emphasize, because breathwork and meditation is very, very important, especially when you're trying to gain spiritual understanding and discovery of the inner self, the higher self basically. Because know this, whenever you're trying to take for instance, if your mind is always all over the place, it's always cluttered with thoughts over what you should eat, or all the 101 million thoughts that's running through. Know this, your mind is generating 11 million pieces of information every second. Okay, so you're always constantly thinking of things. Oh, what should I wear? What should I look at? Things that all the colors and all. A lot of impact of all these thoughts running through our mind. And the only way is to practice breathwork to silence out all these thoughts, calm all this thinking, then slowly let meditation happen to you. You don't do meditation. Let the meditation happen to you. And for the initial stages of meditation, right, I will not try to actually rush into doing long meditations. You don't need to. You can just be 10 minutes. 5 to 10 minutes will do. And during this 5 to 10 minutes, what should you practice during this meditation? Practice by witnessing. Okay? Don't go and think about the thoughts. Why is this thought always coming into mind? Just can't see. Don't go and fight with the thought. Just let the thought pass. You see, let it. Every time when a thought surfaces, or whenever something passes you, or whenever there's sounds, there's people making a lot of noise around you, it's okay. Let that, witness it and let it pass. Don't fight with your mind. Don't go and why is this going? Because when you fight, that's where it becomes worse. What you focus on expands. Okay? So remember, breathwork practices, which I emphasize in my Mind, Body, Spirit Alignment series. Go and watch it, which I will be sharing it in one of my playlists on this end page, okay? On the end screen. So go and watch it out if you haven't learned all those series. Okay? So it helps you. Okay? So point number 4. Practice basic numerology and angel numbers. Go and read up about numerology. 111, the 222s, the 333s, the 444s, all the way up to 999s. Okay, start from 0 as well. 000. So 1, 2, 3, 4 sometimes also has this meaning. So go and learn about what are all this numerology and how it actually represents in your life. So certain times whenever you look at your watch, okay, take for instance, certain people set to 24-hour format. So certain times you look into the watch, it's 1111. Certain times you look into the watch 1, 2, 3, 4. Or certain times when you look at it, it's 555. So all of this is your spiritual masters. I would say your spiritual teachers, your guides, okay, your ascended masters, or even can be your higher self trying to connect with you. They're trying to pass you certain message. And please, these messages are very vital for your journeys ahead down the road. So it is very important to connect with all these guides that's trying to tell you. So I will create a video down the road about basic numerology that you should actually take note from, starting from 000 to all the way to 999. Okay, so that is just an understanding to help you grow more spiritually. Okay, because know this, numerology is very precise, and know this, spirituality and the universe, right, is so precise. There's no such thing called coincidence. If you know coincidence in the dictionary, right, it just means that two elements colliding mathematically and accurately. Okay, so that's the meaning of coincidence. So it is precisely calculated. So every incident, even up to this point leading you watching my video, is all calculated carefully. It means that my video is actually helping you to grow more spiritually as well. If not, you wouldn't even be watching these few minutes of your time. Okay, so this is point number 4, basic numerology. The last point I will be sharing is to make sure that you do journaling. Okay, so why do I say journaling? Because not many of us would actually be able to immediately capture all of our day-to-day practices of how we can actually use understanding of religion, understanding of all this spirituality, and what's the whole point of it, right? So on our day-to-day lives, we meet certain people. So we encounter people that can actually help us or even give us challenges in our life. So when this kind of problems and all these challenges arises in our life, right, what is important for us is, on our day-to-day practice, journal down whatever that you encounter to you. Start the day off with gratitude, then end the day off with forgiveness. You see, you forgive whatever challenges that comes in your way. Be grateful of all the challenges that arise with you. And when you're in the state of gratitude, and when you're in the state of forgiveness, and always be thankful for whatever challenges that arises in you, because they are molding you to grow more spiritually. They grow you in different aspects of your life. You see, because everything, know this, where we live in a world of duality. So it is very vital for you to understand this. Journaling is very easy for you to actually jot down everything that's happened to you day to day. So each time when you revisit your journal, then you see slowly, sooner or later, you don't need journaling anymore, because this is just the initial stage for you to apply what you learn, apply the understanding, and know that spirituality is a way of life. Okay, once it instills into your subconscious and your superconscious, that's where you'll be able to know that spirituality has become a way of life for you. It's become a habit. Okay, so I've shared these 5 points. Okay, so if you learn anything in this video, please make sure that you hit like, subscribe, and make sure that you comment all your learnings within this comment section. Okay, it's also always nice to know where you're tuning in from. Please make sure to also share where you're tuning in from, because it's always nice to connect with you in this community. Okay, so with this, I end off my video for today. Namo there.